What's up, everybody? This is James from B2J the Podcast, and this is the part of the show where I tell y'all that this is not your mama's podcast. By that, I mean we're probably going to say things that's going to offend somebody, and I definitely don't want to offend anybody. So if you are easily offended, maybe go find another show to listen to. There's plenty of shows out there that you could be listening to, but if you want to listen to something that could possibly teach you something and entertain you, then this is the show for you. This show is all things entertainment. That's what this show started out as, and that's what this show has remained. So with that being said, I'm going to cue the motherfucking intro after I throw the mic over to the co-host, Brian Kendall, so he could tell you what the fuck is up.
What's up, everybody? So, yeah, it's, like you said, it's been a while, and we got a lot to get off our chest. Not just from the last few weeks or last few months, but life's been very eventful ever since COVID calmed down. So we got a lot to talk about.
A lot, and that's what this show is. It's a reintroduction. It's get you ready for tomorrow's show, and we'll talk about that too after we cue the motherfucking intro. Man, I'm excited. You know, I always get nervous when we hit record on this sumbitch, and then I think, oh fuck, well, what are people gonna think, you know, and shit like that. But you know what? I don't care. A fucking Batman movie, rated R, dude, is totally just killing it. And did your ears bleed at some point? Yes, they did. Yeah. Therefore, by process of elimination, I do not like John Jones. Knowledge?
It's a silent K. Our language is pretty fucked up.
Because you're a professional sleeper?
Hell no, I understand. That's the most badass Mexican on guitar of all time.
Carlos Santana.
Almost maybe instrumentally.
You can have it. It's all yours. I don't want it back. Dude, no, he can play the guitar and it'll sound like he's fucking your mother and you'll be alright. B2J. B2J the podcast. Things entertainment, baby. What's up, everybody? This is B2J the podcast, and we're coming to you live from the
209
Stockton, California. Knows how to party. Yes, you know how good that felt, brother.
Feels fucking amazing, man.
Man, so this show is straight up ad-lib, acapella. By that I mean we have no background. By that I mean we have no notes. By that I mean we're straight improvisational podcasters today.
So let's fucking get ready to it. Oh, wait.
Let's go.
Actually, don't fuck it, but you know what I mean.
I think you meant let's just get right into it.
I got Tourette's.
So, like we said from the beginning, we have not been sitting on our hands and just like not doing shit. We have both kind of have been doing a lot. I mean, you, as far as you have threw yourself into work, which is great. Make that money, make that paper, man. Plus, not to mention, you have a newish baby. You have you have a whole family and priorities and things like that. But from here on out, both of us are dedicating Wednesdays, and that's the big news that's dropping out of this show, is that Wednesdays, from here on out, you will get a show before 5 p.m. Wednesday evening every week from now until infinity and beyond, because we're going to live forever and
gotta go back to the roots, man.
By the time we actually are old enough to fade into whatever is the next chapter of the afterlife is, before this show is over, we're going to be able to implant our shit into AI and we're going to be able to live forever. So this podcast and this show is not going anywhere. Welcome back, our fan base. Hello, everybody. This is yours truly, James Himley, Big Red, the American Juggernaut, And I say all those things because I have been a moving and a shaking.
Yeah, I've been like a chicken with my head cut off all over the place, but you've been accomplishing shit, man. Get it.
Thank you, sir.
Fucking love it.
By that, he means I have been in the squared circle, I've had 2 professional wrestling matches. I have had a dozen or so stand-up comedy, bro.
What, 3-4 different places too?
Yes, I have had just been really blessed in that I have been able to get my foot in the door in a couple of places that I have been wanting to do my whole life, and that I've been wanting to do stand-up since I've seen Eddie Murphy Raw.
Yeah.
So Eddie Murphy's my favorite stand-up comedian. I'll never, ever deny that. He is the best, the GOAT. So Eddie Murphy is the reason why I do stand-up, and then the reason why I do professional wrestling is because of Shawn Michaels and also Undertaker. But if I'm really being honest, Shawn Michaels. My cousin stole my favorite wrestler. Shawn Michaels was my favorite wrestler first. And then my cousin stole my favorite wrestler, and then I was like, fuck, all right, then I'll be a Bret Hart fan. And then my cousin stole my favorite wrestler, and then I was like, fuck, okay, the Dead Man.
How much older is your cousin than you?
No, I'm just playing. Like the Dead Man was the easiest decision I ever made. The Undertaker's my favorite wrestler, but the reason why I watch professional wrestling is because of the Shawn Michaels Bret Hart storyline, WrestleMania 12, the Iron Man match. That was
you're the oldest of your siblings. The only reason you'd go with I need a different favorite, is because your cousin was a little bit older than you, huh?
Yeah. Well, no.
So
my cousin Justin, I'm like 6 months older than. So
y'all are the same age. You just didn't want to have the same favorite.
Yeah, I just didn't want to have the same favorite, and I didn't want to get into an argument because this guy was like, and I love him to death. He was my first ever best friend. You're my best friend, but he was my first ever best friend, and he fucking. So when I knew him well enough that if I was to argue with him, I wouldn't win because he just would cry about it for a very long time. And it's just like, all right, bro, you could. And then if you really, really wanted to him, he was like this super dominant alpha male type that if like you really wanted to, and I'm an alpha male too, but I'm not to the point where I'm like a weird alpha male type to where I want to just fight everybody. This dude would have fought me for Shawn Michaels. And I'm like, I don't want to fight you over Shawn Michaels. I'm like I was old enough to know I didn't want to fight over a dude.
You could have your sexy boy.
I didn't want to fight over another man. I just knew that I didn't feel like that was a thing that I should be doing at that time in my life. And now even I didn't feel like I needed to fight over a man. So
I get that. I understand. So I feel like growing up, my first favorite was The Rock. You got, honestly, man, I'm going to dive right into it. You got storytelling. Everybody's mad over Sunday's booking. And The Rock faced Austin 3 times at WrestleMania. Right?
Right.
Did he win? Not the first time, right?
Right.
Not the second time, right?
Right.
So that's the thing I don't get. These fans get, the younger ones anyway.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
They don't understand what's going on here. Now, okay, since we're diving right into it, let's talk about it. All right, so a lot of people are talking about how Cody Rhodes should have won on Sunday. I was in that group that thought he was going to win. I did not want him to win. As you can see right now, you guys can't see it because we're not a video podcast. We are a audio podcast, but I'm wearing a Roman Reigns shirt proudly right now. It's raining blood, so it's a double entendre because it's a Slayer Roman Reigns shirt, and both those people had something to do with WrestleMania, and I'm like, no fucking way.
Slayer's part of Edge's
It's
entrance.
it's a Roman raining blood shirt. If you don't have it, too bad. I got it, motherfucker.
Well, you know me. You know very well that I was not big on Reigns pretty heel turn. As a matter of fact, for me, he kind of had go away heat like Cena did when I was younger. As a teenager, Orton was
If
my
you
favorite.
followed the podcast back in the day, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, holy shit, we've been podcasting for a long time.
I was a Reigns hater.
He is a extreme Reigns.
No, not is. So ever since the Wise Man, I'm a Paul
Not
Heyman
is.
guy.
He said not is.
It
Not
was.
Was.
But I still think he's overpushed, don't get me wrong. But he's gotten better on the mic. Maybe it's because he doesn't have to talk 80, 90% of the time. The Bloodline's dominance, I like it. The fans that wanted Cody to win, just finish the story. Well, they haven't finished the story they're currently writing. They're currently telling.
Okay, so I'm in that category. Like, I will say it like this. Do you know how hard it would be to write for Cody Rhodes post-Mania versus how easy
yes
it is to write for the Bloodline? And there is a plethora of contenders. Like, you could have a storyline with damn near anybody. You could throw in anybody. Even go away Heat Austin Theory could have a good fucking storyline with somebody in the Bloodline, much less Roman Reigns. Like, you could start with Solo Sikoa and like Austin Theory for that belt, and then go Austin Theory. Finally, he's one of the first people that get past the Bloodline, minus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn now. But you take away Sami Zayn
and Kevin Owens.
I can't just not put their names together. Like, it's a thing. I'm trying to make this a thing. I'm trying to make it a Brangelina Jolie type thing. I'm trying to make it a
two dudes and turn them into one girl named Cammy. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I get where you're getting at with that, because honestly, the three words that piss off the fans the most after they didn't get what they want is what? Best for
business.
So,
yes.
Like you said, it's easier to write for Reigns continuing the title reign. They're going to sell merch out the ass with 1,000-day reign, and he's probably going to beat Pedro Morales because that's
T-shirts. I got to get me one.
Yeah. And that's
sorry, we don't got a cough button. I didn't know he was going to cough. Or I'd have
too much weed.
I'd
have
have jumped
cigarettes too.
I would have jumped in there and said something to cover that cough. Anyways, back to what you were saying.
Authenticity. There you go.
It's been a while since we've hit record. I may sound like I've been rocking the mic for a minute, but this guy hasn't been rocking the mic like I've been rocking the mic. You know?
Get it, man.
Yay!
I'm here. I got the gift, but if you don't use it, you lose it. So
we got to get that shit back. And I have been. I've been so blessed, y'all, to be on the microphone trying to make everybody laugh. So cool.
I'm proud of you, bro. But back to the story at hand with the Bloodline. And that's probably going to carry on another year. And I don't see Cody being the guy no more. I really don't. It's just, it's not that it won't mean as much. That's what the fans that really wanted it.
Daniel Bryan.
Yes, that's the biggest part. Bryan's right. Fickle. If we're standing here today talking about if Cody Reigns is undisputed champion, you're right. Give it a month. Fans are going to turn on him saying he's boring.
Yes.
They don't care about the after.
Yes.
They care about the moment. They want the moment.
Yes.
It's Batista. Give me what I want. Give it to me now. Give me how I want it. And then I don't care about after.
Yep.
And Triple H is right. Tiny bit hypocritical coming from him. He's the boss's son-in-law. He didn't have to wait. But he's right. There's no off-season. The story always continues.
Right.
This isn't going to wait 3-5 months for next season to start.
And that Bloodline storyline right now is too hot. Why would you break that shit up right now? Now, say, honestly, if Jey Uso was to... There was ways you could have really made it a thing. Like, you could have pushed the Bloodline storyline after that. I know a way, for one, you could have gave the fans exactly what they wanted. Cody wins because Jey Uso fucks Roman over somehow. There's some sort of shenanigans.
That's a good story, but why fuck the Bloodline up over SummerSlam?
And then Roman loses, and the Bloodline jumps Jey and then out comes The Rock at the end of the match after he's already lost and gets in Roman's face, and then we got a storyline going to SummerSlam.
I think the Usos, even with losing the titles, are going to have their spot in the bloodline just fine for the months to follow. It's not going to be a problem that they lost their titles because Reigns didn't lose his. So
The next marquee
not yet.
The next marquee premium live event would be
Backlash.
No, marquee. I'm talking like
top core 4.
Yes, it's SummerSlam. So that's what they're working towards now.
I think not. I think after Backlash, they need to have a Money in the Bank briefcase ladder match, and I think you need to take 6, probably 4 guys that are easy main eventers, and then the other 2 athletic guys, throw them in, and maybe you have Jey Uso win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then if he's going to storyline wise,
that's good storytelling.
Storyline wise, he's the best option, especially if you want a new superstar, because whoever beats Reigns and takes titles off of him is going to be a superstar. You saw the pop Cody got Sunday night.
Jey Uso is going to be good. Cody Rhodes is going to win that briefcase. It's no...
Well...
Now, see, here's the other thing that's going to happen out of this. So the briefcase will be won by Cody Rhodes, and he deserves it. He's going to win that title.
Yeah.
He's going to be the one that takes it off of Reigns. There was fuckery in why he lost the match. Now, he's going to go on a tear with Lesnar. That's going to be cool. That storyline might go all the way up to Money in the Bank. When is Money in the Bank? Historically, when is Money in the Bank? I can't think of it right now.
Usually a couple months after Mania. I think when they first came up with the idea, it was Jericho's idea, and I think it was actually part of WrestleMania. And I was kind of hoping they'd bring that back, and then you have a year until the next Mania to cash it in. But I don't know when the
actual Money in the Bank
I don't know when
event is, because that's another marquee event that it's low key marquee because
it's not core 4.
It's not core 4, yeah.
Because the meaning, the future world title shot, yeah. It's kind of like the Royal
But
Rumble.
it's one of those ones that are like, you got to have this event.
Kind of like a generic Royal Rumble in a sense, because you're getting a world title match, but it's not guaranteed for Mania and like that or anything.
But it's still got the same pop and circumstance.
Yep.
So, you guys, this is the part 1 of our show. We're going to hook back up with you guys today. Because today we're feeling so nice, we're going to give you a show twice. We're going to pause for the cause, life happens, and we will be right back with another show. We're gonna call this one right now, and it feels so good to be back.
Dude,
That's the
amazing.
biggest thing. I hope you guys enjoyed what little show we gave you for now. But the best part about this is that we are going to give you 2 shows today. You guys didn't know you were going to get 2 shows today, but you are. So, who made the list? So that's how we end the show, you guys. For new listeners, is Jericho back in the day had a list, and if you made the list, it was pretty much like the shit list. So we incorporated that to our show a few years back, and I love it, and I like to keep it. So who made the list? Who made the shit list? The list. The fans made the list? Fickle fans. I would have to agree with you, and I'm going to lay it right there. If you are one of those fans that got pissed off about Cody Rhodes winning or losing.
I bet you still watched Raw last night.
Not to mention, you probably enjoyed segments of it that you probably were like, man, this is so good. You know, like,
and then the ending came. Oh, it's Vince again.
Oh,
Poor
us, Vince. And that, you know what? To anybody that's next show. There's so much show left.
We'll see you in the near future.
We'll see you in the very near future. I love you guys. Be blessed. This is so cool. So in case you guys don't listen to the next show, I'm going to give you guys all right, brother, I love you. I know you got to get out of here. Yes, so I'm going to give you my dates real quick to where you guys could check out my comedy and how you could listen to the show in the future and win the dates and everything. Like I said, we're going to be back today for another show. And very, very shortly. You guys might even not even notice that we're gone. We'll be back so quick. So that is happening today. More B2J. Tomorrow, more B2J. That's very awesome. I'm excited for that. More B2J on the horizon. B2J, the podcast, is back, if you guys didn't know. Now, when's the next time you guys could check me out doing stand-up comedy? You could check me out tomorrow at Finnegan's in Stockton, California, across the street from Pacific Bowl. If you guys know anything about Stockton, California, or Pacific Bowl or anything, you guys know that location already. But if you're coming from out of town, that would be dope as hell too. Let me know if you're coming from out of town, because then we could hook up. I could take pictures with you and all that stuff. That's awesome if you're making that. Well, I'll take pictures with you anyway, but if you're making that distance, make sure you get a picture with your boy. Now, another thing. I will be in Sacramento on Thursday at Stab Comedy Theater. If you guys want to come and check me out doing stand-up comedy, I'm brand new at this shit. So, hey, man, come see your boy. And if you think it's funny, laugh. And if you don't think it's funny, laugh anyway. Support me. I love you guys. This is word of mouth advertising. So please, if you guys like this show, if you guys love me as in you love the fact that you're supporting B2J the podcast, yours truly, American Juggernaut, Big Red, James Himley, Brian Kendall. If you love this show, please tell at least one person a day passionately about B2J the podcast, because we're not going to get out there any other way. So tell at least one person a day passionately about B2J the podcast. That's all I ask. Really, that and listen to our show. So I ask a few things from you. Listen, show up to my events, and tell at least one person a day about B2J the podcast, because I love y'all, and I ain't going to ever ask a dime from you. All I ask for you is to show up, support me, love me, because I love you guys. Thank you for listening to the show. We'll be back very shortly. B2J the podcast is out. All y'all fickle fans made the list.